Anyway, thanks for turning up tonight. I'm here, ready to teach, and it'd be lovely if you could come to lying on your backs, please, with your knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. And taking time to settle into this constructive rest position, taking time to feel into your body, notice the quality of your breath. And feeling the support of the floor beneath you. Knowing that for the next hour, pretty much, you have this time to become totally absorbed in your practice, if you can. And one way of helping you do that is by setting yourself an intention, a particular focus, a sankalpa, that you can keep coming back to. So maybe ask yourself, what do you really need from this practice? What's brought you here rather than somewhere else for an hour this evening? And then use that, what you recognize is what you need, to formulate a very simple intention, as if you're buying something off a shopping list. And bring it right into the body, right into every cell. And we're going to come straight into some gentle movement of the spine. So something we often do is begin to tilt the pelvis forwards. So as you breathe in, you could even take your hands to your hips to help you. You're going to tilt the pelvis forwards, so you're rolling over the tailbone, taking the lower spine off the floor but not lifting the hips. And then as you breathe out, tilt the pelvis back. Really flatten the lower back into the mat. Draw the abdomen down towards the spine. And then keep going like this. You're right, Will?
Yeah, I just can't get something.
Come and get it. No one will mind. Breathe out, tilt the pelvis back. And keep going for a few rounds, making this probably quite soothing for the pelvis and the lower back. And maybe even noticing that there's a ripple up the whole of the top of your body, so that your chest, your head, even your arms are moving, although you're initiating the movement from the pelvis. A few more, very soothing for the nervous system. Try and absorb yourself completely in the sensation of these pelvic tilts. As if it's the only thing that matters right now, which is just about right. And then coming to settle in stillness for a moment, simply noticing how you feel. And we're going to press up into a full bridge now. So you might want to draw your heels slightly closer in towards your buttocks. That'll be fine. Make sure your feet are parallel. And then breathing in, begin to lift, peel the lower back off the floor, the hips up. Come as far up as is right for you. And maybe take your hands to your hips, or maybe roll your upper arms under and interlace your hands underneath your back. So we come straight into this bridge. Take your chin back a little bit and take 5 breaths where you press into your feet. So we're activating the hamstrings actually. And breathing space into the front of the body, as well as strengthening the back muscles and the legs. Breathe. This is really great for taking deeper breaths into the sides of the ribs, middle section of the lungs. One more breath in, and then release your hands, roll your shoulder blades apart, and bring yourself down bone by bone, bone by bone. So you can feel your back nice and soft against the mat. Take a breath in and out here. Maybe bring your knees in towards you. Because we're going to come up again into a bridge, but we're going to do a little bit of core strengthening in the bridge. So in your own way, this time I would probably have your palms facing down and pressing into the mat, but you could interlace your hands if you want to. Coming up into as open a bridge as possible. Please make sure your thighs are parallel. And then really steady through the left foot as you lift your right foot off the floor and bring your knee in towards you. Breathe in and then breathe out, point your toes, take a breath in and then dip your toes to the left knee. Keep lifting the sideways, breathe in. So this is synchronized swimming movement. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, dip your toe to the knee. Let's do 3 more if you can. Keep lifting in the sideways, keep pressing into the left foot. Try and relax in the face. 1 more breath in and then breathe out. Take your foot down to the floor. Breathe in here and now bone by bone come down. We'll come down in between the 2 sides. And notice how you feel. It's actually quite hard, I think. And then pushing up again, we'll take the left side. So coming up into your bridge, find yourself steady there first. Then really press into the right foot and lift the left knee in towards you. Breathing in and exhale, point the toes. Take a breath in. Breathe out, toes to knee. Breathing in. Keep dipping and keep lifting the side waist. This is what's going to strengthen your core. Keep pressing into the standing foot. 1 more breath in. Touch the knee. Breathe in, lengthen. 1 more, and then foot to the floor. Take a full breath in. Press into your feet. Pull your inner thighs in towards each other. And then release your shoulders and bone by bone, come down to the mat. Let the mat have you. And really soften in the lower belly as you draw your knees in towards you. And then taking circles with your knees in a clockwise direction, simply to soothe out the lower back. Breathing here. And then taking those circles in the opposite direction, please. Lovely. And then see if you can slide your hands towards your feet to hold on to them. And take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift your head towards you and really draw yourself into a tight little package. Take another breath in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then breathe out, release the head down. You can take your hands behind your head. Slide the feet away. And take a moment to feel the body. And if you'd like to roll over onto your belly, please. And we're going to take that cheeky little shoulder stretch that I sometimes actually take at the end of a class, but we're going to take it at the beginning today. It's one of my favorites. So your arms are coming straight out from your shoulders and as if you're on a cross. And look first of all towards your right hand and draw the right hand in towards you so that your elbow sticks up. It's about a right angle in your inner elbow. And your left arm is going right out to the left from your shoulder. And then pushing into your right fingertips, roll over onto the left side of your body. So you already probably feel a nice opening in the front of the left shoulder. But then breathe and lift up your right leg. And on a breath out, plant the sole of the foot behind you. And everybody's different here. Some of you will find this quite a strain on the shoulder. Others of you will be able to almost roll right over onto your back. So coming wherever you need to. Some of you will be able to lengthen out both legs and almost lie on the back. Breathing into sensation in the left shoulder. And soften here for a few breaths. It does help to keep pushing into the right fingertips a little bit. One more breath in. And then gently roll back onto your belly. And take a moment with your arms both beside you just to feel the difference between the two sides. And then we'll take it to the left. So arms are back out and across. Looking to the left, draw your left fingertips towards you and push into the fingertips to roll to the right side of your body. Make sure that that right arm isn't at an angle, but it's coming right out of the armpit, the shoulders. Lift up the left leg on an inhale, exhale, plant the foot behind you. And isn't it interesting? I just didn't feel anything on the left shoulder, but this right shoulder is so tight. So maybe notice how it is for you and only come over as far as is right for you and breathe. Breathe here. Feel it. One more breath in. And then breathe out. Come onto your belly. And lie with your arms beside you, maybe taking your head the other way from before, if you can remember, and just soften and breathe now. Beautiful. And in your own time, if you'd like to come up to an all fours position. Actually, I lie. If you'd like to come to sitting on your heels, if that's comfortable. If it's not comfortable, then do just sit in a cross-legged position. We're just going to do one more thing with our upper body before coming into a bit of a flow. So we're taking Garudasana arms, which we've been doing a lot in these online classes. Pose I like. So take your arms out wide and really spread out across the arms to your fingertips and inhale. And as you exhale, cross the right arm over the left. And we'll just come into this first of all, a little bit of a hug, maybe reaching your fingertips to your shoulder blades. And then breathe in, open out wide again. And breathe out, take a hug with the left arm over the right. Again, just squeezing in. What we're looking for here is a separating of the shoulder blades rather than the drawing together of the shoulder blades on the back. And then breathing in, open. And this time, breathe out, bring the right arm over the left. And maybe interlace your forearms, take your hands together. If that's just not going to happen, just keep the right arm straight and keep drawing it across the body with the crook of your left elbow. And then everybody inhale and lift the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, slide the shoulder blades down the back. And lift your elbows and hands up and away from the face. And I'm going to stop rabbiting. So you can simply breathe here and feel what's going on in the body. And soften if you can. Try not to flare out the lower ribs, just soften the lower ribs so you're not sticking out. And breathe and feel. Some of you might want to stay still, some of you might want to move around a bit, I don't mind. Just make it count. One more breath in. And then release. Such a good pose, quite intense. Feel the arms all the way down to your fingertips. Maybe open and clench your hands a few times. And then we take that to the left. So breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring your left arm over the right. If you can't interlace your forearms and take the hands, then just keep the left arm straight. And then lift your shoulders up to your ears, inhale, and on the exhale, slide them away. Elbows and hands lifted. And then soften the front ribs. And come to your breath. Something about this pose is very sobering. But you can't really do anything else except focus on the sensation of this pose and the quality of the breathing. Stay a few breaths more, either still or moving if you want. One more breath in and then release, breathe out, and just take a moment to feel. If you want to open and close your hands, please do. And then we meet in an all fours position. And breathing in, dropping the spine, opening the chest, opening the throat. And breathe out, scoop up. Sideways lifts, push up through the back of your ribs. And take 2 or 3 more like this in your own time, really feeling your way, allowing the breath to move you. Everybody who's here tonight is experienced. So I don't need to tell you what to do here, except to absorb yourself in sensation. Wonderful. And then at some point, curling your toes under and finding your way to a downward dog. 5 breaths in this downward dog. And I'm purposely not going to instruct you because I'd like you just to simply do your own thing. As you breathe and you feel and you breathe and you feel and you open. And maybe you come back to your sankalpa, your intention. Feeling your body completely present. Feeling every breath fill your body. And then looking in between your hands, walk, step or jump your feet forwards. And inhale straight to a flat back. And exhale, fold. Bring your palms together and press them together as you inhale and you come all the way up. Following your fingers with your eyes and exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come to a flat back. And exhale, step or jump back to plank. And take a breath in here. And choose your way down to the mat. You can always drop your knees or come down straight as a stick. And breathe and roll your shoulders up, peel the chest up. Curl your toes under. Breathe out, downward dog. For 5 breaths. And can you now try to press the base of your thumbs and forefingers firmly into the mat and see how this wraps your upper arm muscles around towards the floor, creating space between the shoulder blades. Then come to length from the hip creases to the armpits and enjoy. On the next breath in, looking forwards and walk, step or jump forwards, straight into a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bring your palms together and inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, straighten hands to your chest. We'll take one more Surya Namaskar A. Breathing in, make every breath count. Every molecule of movement count. Exhale, pour yourself forwards. Inhale to a flat back. And exhale, step or jump back to plank. Take an extra breath. And you can always drop your knees or come down straight as a stick. Breathing in, peel up. Really draw the shoulder blades down, the spine, widen the collarbone. Curl your toes under. Breathe out, downward dog, 5 breaths. And this time the focus is on taking the tops of your thighs up and back. See how this creates length in the upper body. Lift your sitting bones up towards the ceiling. And breathe for joy. Because you can, just because you can. And then looking in between your hands and walk, step or jump your feet forwards. And inhale straight to a flat back. And exhale, fold completely. And then bringing your palms together. Inhale, come all the way up. Follow your fingers with your eyes. And then exhale, hands to your heart. And take a breath in and out here. Maybe feeling a little bit more heat. Maybe feeling a little bit more present. Take a breath in. On the breath out, sit back in your chair, Utkatasana. We come to Sun Salutation B, just one time on each side. Breathe in, float your arms up by your ears. And then breathe out, fold down completely. Breathe into a flat back. And then step or jump back to plank. Take a breath in and either drop your knees or not. Come all the way down to the mat. Breathe and peel it up. And come back to a downward dog on the breath out. And take your left foot down at 45 degrees. And on the breath in, step your right foot forwards. And breathe out here, really stabilizing down through the lower body. And breathe in, come up to your warrior one. Lift the pubic bone, tailbone drags down. And then breathe out, hands come down, lift the back heel. Front foot back to plank, inhale. Exhale down to the mat your way. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot at 45 degrees, step your left foot forwards. Stabilize here, and on an inhale, come up to warrior one. And exhale, hands down, lift the back heel. Come to plank, inhale. Choose your way down to the mat, exhale. Inhale, peel up. And now you have a choice of 5 breaths in child's pose or downward dog. Listen to your body. Listen to your body and soften and become absolutely present to your breath. Let go of any desire and feel whatever's present right now. And then from a downward dog, looking forwards and inhaling, step or jump your feet forwards and come straight to a flat back. Exhale, sit back in your chair. And inhale, float your arms up, palms are facing. Exhale here. Let's take another 3 breaths. Really draw the tailbone under, sideways pulls back. Lengthen the side body. Feel the power of your body and your integrity. One more breath in. And then breathe out, push up. Arms down by your sides. And take a moment to feel the body now. Take a moment to feel the body. Wonderful. Breathing in, float your arms up. And breathe out, fold down. Breathing into a flat back. And on a breath out, take your right foot back and either bring the knee down or not. And plant the right hand down. And breathe in, take a twist to the left. And breathe out here. Take another breath in. And then breathe out. Hand comes down, you slide back to plank. Breathing in. Choose your way down to the mat on the breath out. Peel yourself up on the breath in. And then find your downward dog, breathe out. Looking forwards, step your right foot forwards, inhale, and exhale, drop the back knee if you're going to. Plant your left hand down. Inhale, open to the right. And exhale here in your little twist. Take another inhale. And then exhale, plant the hand down. Curl under the back toes, lift the knee. Inhale, straight to a flat back. And exhale, fold. Palms together as you inhale. And you come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. And come straight to another variation, breathing in. And breathing out, fold. And breathing into a flat back. And breathe out, take your left foot back this time. Knee comes down or up. And then lift your arms up and back. Interlace them behind your back and inhale, open your heart. Exhale here. Take another inhale. And then exhale, plant your hands down around the front foot. Inhale to plank. Exhale, come down to the mat your way. Inhale, peel your chest up. And exhale, find your downward dog. Looking in between your hands, inhale and step your left foot forwards. Right knee comes down or not. Roll your shoulders back and inhale, draw your arms back, exhale. Take a breath or two here, really lifting the pubic bone so not to scrunch into the lower back. Take an inhale. And then exhale, drop your hands down around the front foot. Lift the back knee and inhale, step lightly forwards. Flat back and exhale, fold. Pressing through your feet, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart and to your belly. Taking a moment to feel the body now. Feel the floor coming up to meet you. We're going to come to very simple tree balance with an invitation to really explore your own inner stillness in the midst of the balance. So if you'd like to really root down through the left foot, you might want to spread your toes. And take the right knee out. And bring the heel into the ankle or anywhere up the leg. Please don't press your heel into your knee joint. And then draw everything inwards to the midline. Lovely. And then from there, from that stability, maybe lift your arms up. Maybe take Shodhana mudra with your hands interlaced, your forefingers reaching. This is a mudra of joy. To let go of what you don't need anymore. Very energizing. And then breathe and find your own sweet spot, your own stillness. One more breath in. And then breathe out, float your arms down. Lift your right knee up in front of you, inhale. You're drawing your toes up as well. And then float the foot down. Take a moment to feel the body. If you feel aching now in your left ankle and foot, that's because these balances are excellent for strengthening all of those muscles. If you're a runner, for example, this gives you great, I can't remember what's the word that some people call resilience. So then really spreading your right toes and rooting down and take the left knee out. Take a breath in and decide as you breathe out how high up the leg you want to come. Just not into the knee joint. And then press and draw everything into the midline. Maybe lift your arms up in Shodhana mudra. And there's an interesting energetic alignment going on here because we're rooting down through one standing leg. But we're lifting and lengthening and finding space up through the upper body. I'm doing an assignment at the moment about something called the prana vayus. I don't know if any of you know about these, but we have 5 different directions of wind or air or energetic life force in our bodies, and they all act in interaction. So right now we're really working with the downward and the upward flow of energy. Maybe you can tune into that. Inevitably, because I'm doing an assignment, I'll probably start teaching more about the vayus. It's what happens. Karen Parsons, not Karen. Oh yeah, 2 Karens are teachers here, trained. One more breath in, and then breathe out, release your arms. Lift your left knee up in front, drawing your toes towards you, inhale. And then float the foot down. And take a moment to feel the body, just feel. And then step to the front of your mat. And inhale, float your arms up. And exhale, pull yourself down, forward fold. And inhale, flat back. Exhale, step to a downward dog, please. And root down through the left foot and both hands and lift the right leg up as high as it's going to go, but then bend the knee to peel open the right hip. Keep pressing into the left foot, don't dump in the left shoulder, and then begin to circle with that right knee. It could be tiny circles, or you might come all the way into your belly button, out behind you, out to the side. And then reverse the direction, really stirring up in that right hip. So good. And then on the next inhale, lift the legs right up behind you. You can lift the left heel to give you more purchase. And then sweep the right foot in between your hands. Lovely. Inhale here. And then exhale, drop the back knee. Bring both hands inside the front foot. You might like to walk your hands out in front, a little bit out to the right. So we're looking for length in the spine and the side body, but some of you from here might find it accessible to bring the forearms down to the mat. And breathe here. Breathe here, relaxing at the back of the ribs, the neck. Feeling an opening in the front of the left thigh and hip flexor, as well as working into the right groin. And then taking your right hand inside the right knee and pushing, maybe even come onto the outside edge of the foot as you twist around and look over the right shoulder. And take a couple of breaths here. Don't push or overstrain, just feel your way quite juicily. Working into the hips, you'll feel it in the right hip now. One more inhalation. Then exhale, look down. Straighten both of your arms. Take your right hand outside the right foot. Turn over your back toes and slide back to a downward dog. Wonderful. And then looking in between your hands, step your right foot forwards. But this time, please keep the back knee up, back heel lifted. And from the stability of that front foot, come all the way up. High crescent lunge. And what I'd like you to do here is bend a little bit in that back knee to tilt the pelvis back. Take a breath in. And then on a breath out, spring up. Hold the knee. We do that 2 more times. Find your control. Breathe into your crescent lunge. Breathe out, spring up. All sorts of things will be happening that I can't see. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in back to crescent lunge. Well done. And then find your downward dog. Breathe out. Beautiful. Take a breath in your downward dog. And then ripple forwards to plank. Exhale, drop your knees. And come back for a moment into child. Come back for a moment into child. Hands underneath your forehead or not. And soften the body before we take that little sequence to the other side. So this practice today is about being present to anything that comes up. Even if your sankalpa might be something different, but for me, that's what I'm observing anyway. And maybe you're sharing that with me. Don't mean to impose it. Soften and allow your breath to flow freely. And then we come and we take that to the other side. Find your downward dog. Really plant down in the right foot and both hands. Both arms are strong. And take the left leg up behind you, but immediately bend the knee, peel open the hip. So you're looking under the left armpit, but really don't dump in the right shoulder. And keep pressing into the right foot. And then begin those circles with the left knee. And it can feel tiring, but it can also feel quite beautiful, I think, as you stir into the hip. And then reverse the circles. Either taking small circles or quite ambitious. And on the next inhale, you lift up the right heel to give you more access, and then lift up the left leg behind you. And exhale, sweep it through. Beautiful. Bring both hands down inside the left foot, drop the knee. Release the back toes. And then you can either walk your hands out to the right to find more of a lengthening in the upper body. You might like to do this anyway. Inhale. And then you might want to bring your forearms down to the mat. If you can, but it's fine to be on your hands or to be propped up on a book or something. And really feel an opening in the right quadricep, the front of the thigh and the front of the hip there. Working into the left groin. Beautiful. And then taking your left hand inside the knee, gently pressing into the knee so you roll over onto the outside edge of the foot and you spin the chest around to look over the left shoulder. And take a few breaths here. Very deep opening for the left hip. Breathe. Are you present? And hot, but feel good. One more breath in, and then breathe out, look down. Bring your left hand outside the foot, curl under your back toes, slide back to a downward dog. Feel the body. And then we come to that little balancing sequence on the left. So stepping your left foot forwards. And from the stability of that front foot, come up to your high crescent lunge. Bending a little bit in that back knee, because this helps you rock the pelvis back, so you have this core strength. And you now know what's coming, so inhale, and then exhale, step up. And then inhale, and exhale, step up. Last time, inhale, and exhale, step up. Inhale, back to your crescent lunge. And then exhale, hands come down. Slide your way back to downward dog. And you have a choice. You could drop straight down to child, or you might like to come with me for a vinyasa, coming forwards to plank, coming down to the mat your way, peeling your chest up. And then we all meet. Wide knee child's pose. Take your knees apart. Bring your hands underneath your forehead or just out in front of you. Feel the body. Find your breath now. Feel the inside of your thighs, your hips, back of your ribs. Notice what's going on for you now. And from here, sliding your way onto your belly. Sliding your way onto your belly. And taking your right forearm across the mat in front of you, can you bring your legs together? And then bend up the left leg only. So we're going to take a quad stretch one side at a time. And see if you can reach for your left foot. And it may be that you can bring your elbow up and bring your fingers around the side of the foot, or maybe it's further away, it doesn't matter. But please bring that left shoulder back around so you're looking straight ahead of you. And keep pressing the right big toe into the floor. And then breathe into the left quad. Trying to smile. This is also good for the shoulder as well as the quadricep. One more breath in. And then lightly release, and we'll change sides. So the left forearm is across the body. You reach for your right foot, maybe turning the hand over the top of the foot so you can bring your elbow up. And then press down really towards the inside of the buttock, or just a little way to the outside of the hip, and bring that right shoulder forwards. Your chest is looking forwards. And breathe here. Can you just melt into this stretch a little bit? Press into your left big toe. One more breath in. And then release and come to rest your head on your forearms. Feel the body. And we're going to have a go at taking full Dhanurasana, full bow. So this is where we hold both feet if you can. If you can't reach, you could hold onto your leggings or even just hold your arms out so you activate the back muscles. But if you can reach, hold around the ankles. Maybe you can flex the toes. Maybe you just pull the feet in towards you. Now, can I suggest that you bring your knees as close together as you can and bring your forehead down? We're going to come up on an exhalation, and please look after your knees here. So what I'm going to do, actually, this sounds very odd, I want you to pull your knees towards your belly along the floor, so your pelvis comes off the mat a little bit. Inhale, and then exhale, draw everything up. And take a few breaths here. You can rock around a little bit, move from side to side, just to find your way. Maybe come deeper in. One more breath in. And then breathe out, release. But keep your hands on your feet. Breathe into the body. I'm going to do it 2 more times. So bring your knees together. Slide your knees a little bit. So it's like you're rocking yourself up. It's like you're peeling your lower belly, front of the pelvis off the floor. Inhale. And then on an exhale, push your feet into your hands, pull your hands into your feet, and lift your heart into your throat. Breathe it open. So beautiful, so joyful. One more breath in. And then breathe out, come down. And I'm actually going to rest out the third one, but I want to give you the option of doing that again. Or you might be doing what I'm doing and resting it out. If you're going to do it, hold onto your feet, rock up the pelvis. Your knees come in towards your belly. Inhale and then draw yourself up into this Dhanurasana. And find your full expression without strain. One more breath in. Excuse me, and then everybody, let's all meet. Breathing into the belly, heels falling out to the side, hands underneath the forehead, so that the shoulders and the upper back are as much into that practice as the legs, so everything becomes soft. And you breathe space into your lower back where you might have felt a little bit of compression. Breathe and fill out your belly. We're really moving prana around the body in this practice. Quite high energy. And if we had another half an hour, I'd have a whole lot more we could do, but you're probably quite relieved that we don't. Except for Karen Thomason, I'm sure you'd be in here for the long haul. Beautiful. And then slide your hands via your ribs. Push yourself to all fours. And we'll come to just a very sweet little child's pose. If you can, you're going to wrap your arms around the body, palms facing up. Your knees could be apart if you need them to be, to allow your front body to just relax forwards. And become completely present and absorbed in this pose now. There's no more to do, nowhere to go. Giving yourself up completely to the breath, to every cell of sensation. As you soften and you surrender earthwards. And then from your child's pose, if you'd like to come to a seated position. Seated position of your choice, and we'll end the breathing practice before, the practice before Shavasana with some alternate nostril breathing. Come to feeling the body now in a seated position. Releasing down through the bottom of your pelvis. And following your spine up. So you feel the length of your spine with a light sense of dignity. And very soft in the face. And bringing your right hand up and taking the tips of the forefinger and middle finger to the base of the thumb. So you're going to use your right thumb to open and close the right nostril. And the little finger and the ring finger to open and close the left nostril. If you get tired, you can hold your elbow with your left fingers. First of all, though, come to a sense of the stream of breath through both nostrils. Find your natural breath and what it feels like. And then close your right nostril and breathe in steady stream through the left. And when you come to the top of the inhalation, close the left nostril and then breathe out a steady stream out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close the right in your own time and breathe out through the left. Make your breath very steady, very intimate. And keep this going. So you change nostrils at the top of the inhalation. Not straining in any way. Tuning in completely to the sensation of breath in each nostril. Noticing how on the inhalation your diaphragm flattens over your abdominal organs and then releases up under the ribs on the exhale. They say with pranayama, with breath control exercises, that if you only have time to do one pranayama practice, this is the one you should do. The most beneficial. Beneficial in energetic terms, but for the nervous system and for the brain. You can probably even notice now the effects of this breathing practice. Can you soften behind your eyes as you take a few final breaths? Next time you breathe out through the left nostril, releasing your right hand down, and with eyes closed, become absorbed completely in your natural breath, how you feel. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you and the atmosphere in the space around you. And you might like to stay a while longer in a seated meditation. Once you come to lying down in Shavasana, I'd recommend 10 minutes of rest. And what I'm going to do is read out a poem and then leave you to it. We're coming to 7 o'clock now. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been really lovely practicing with you. I at least feel a lot better than I did. So I hope you also feel good, quite enlivened, but also quite grounded. So if you're coming to lying down, make yourself comfortable, make sure you're warm enough. If you're seated, that's just also lovely to stay there. I'm reading a poem that I didn't know by Mary Oliver called Don't Hesitate, that I read in the first practice, but I don't think anybody has come for both hours. So just allow the words to wash over you. If you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, don't hesitate. Give into it. There are plenty of lives and whole towns destroyed or about to be. We're not wise and not very often kind, and much can never be redeemed. Still, life has some possibility left. Perhaps this is its way of fighting back. That sometimes something happens better than all the riches or power in the world. It could be anything, but very likely you notice it in the instant when love begins. Anyway, that's often the case. Anyway, whatever it is, don't be afraid of its plenty. Joy is not made to be a crumb. Thank you, everybody. I hope you rest fully before you carry on with your evening. Thank you so much. Lots of love.